We're back. We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. I'm Smokin Joe.
I'm Mulligan Matt.
I'm Jason the Pokester.
It's the Avenger Leslie T. And on the phone with us is PGA champion Hal Sutton. And he's got a new project down in Columbus called the Big Easy Ranch.
We are honored to have him this morning.
Now, Hal, you got onto the tour back in 1981. As you went through your years on the PGA, did you have a favorite tour stop? Was there one tournament that you look forward to every year, besides the Masters or the U.S. Open or those? But I mean, the regular PGA.
Well, my two favorite tournaments that I played in was the TPC and the Memorial Nicholas's tournament. Jack was always thinking of the players, so the tournament was all done around the players, and then as well as the TPC, that's the Players' Championship, so the same thing occurred there. The rest of the time, it was busy. I mean, you mentioned Augusta. Augusta was, I never had any success at Augusta. I played it a lot of times, but never had any success, and it was always a battle. It was a battle to get off of Washington Avenue into the golf course whenever I played. It was a battle playing practice rounds, signing thousands of autographs, You couldn't even concentrate on what you were doing, and I don't say that begrudgingly, it was a difficult week, and it was, one thing that people need to understand about Augusta is it's on the edge all the time. The greens are so fast and so hard, and they're so difficult with undulations, and now it's gotten so long and everything else that you're living on the edge of golf right there, where you feel like you're going to fall off the mountain at any point in time. So, I think in the world of careers, if you had to, your career was like that all the time and it was on the edge, you'd have some sterling moments and you'd have some really down moments,
So now, 1983, your second year on the tour, and you go out to Riviera for the PGA Championship and you won it. But you know what's really crazy? He won the PGA Championship in 1983. His winner's share was $100,000. That's like,
things have changed a little bit.
It's changed a little bit, but that must have been an incredible weekend for you.
Well, it was. It's funny you bring the money up. That same year I won the TPC the first time. That was the two first $100,000 checks that they made. So I'll give you a little bit of trivial information here. I won the first 6-digit check that the tour ever paid, and my career spanned long enough that I won the first 7-digit check that they ever played, which was the TPC 17 years later.
Wow,
so
that's incredible.
That was in 2000 when you made the comment.
Right, that was when it was. That particular year they paid $1,080,000 to win it, and now they're at, I don't know what they paid this year, but it's close to $2 million if it's not over $2 million.
This year is $1.8 million to the winner. Second place got $1.3.
Be the right club today.
Yeah,
Hal, I was telling Joe off the air that whenever you came through Houston on your stop, if you were stopping in to see Jackie and you were available to the media, or if you were playing at the Shell Houston Open, whatever it was, you were always so great. If you had a rough round or if you had a great round, you were always the same. You were great to deal with as a member of the media, and I thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate that. I tried to be, sometimes it's hard, because you work really hard at what you're trying to do, and those disappointing days can be very frustrating. And but to me, trying to be a consistent person was always important to me. So,
well, you had a great. When you were out on the tour, you were mentioning the travel and the stops and everything. Did you have kind of a group of friends on the tour, and are they still friends?
Oh yeah. I've got several friends. Nick Price and I are really good friends, and Olin Brown and I are really good friends, and Larry Mize and I are really good friends. I've got a lot of good friends on the tour, and I think golf's a unique sport because it's an individual sport. So you spend your early part of your career almost in an insecure way because you feel like whatever little secret you've got might be the secret, so to speak. And so you don't really share what you know with everybody else. And, what a shame that is because there is no secret in golf, and, as you get older, you begin to realize, hey, I need my friends, and I want them to excel, and I want them to do well. And, That's part of why I'm passionate about helping people in golf, because, I've seen every gamut in the game of golf. You couldn't show me anything that I haven't seen in golf. And if I'd have had somebody in my young career, which I did, I worked quite a bit with Byron Nelson, and I worked quite a bit with Jackie. That's invaluable. These people played the game at a high level. It's not like and no offense, we've got a lot of, teaching pros out there that are doing a great job and advancing people further down the road. But I can tell you right now, if it's been thought of, I've tried it, and I've seen what works, and I've seen what doesn't work. And not only that, I have proof, both good and bad, that it works or doesn't work. So, that's wisdom, if you will, that should be given to other people.
What's the craziest thing you tried and like, oh, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm never going to try that again.
Well, I tried putting left-handed. I'm a right-handed player, and I tried putting left-handed, and that didn't really work very well for me.
What made you think that would work?
Well, because other people had success with doing it, not tremendous success, but it did help other people. Mm-hmm. So, as a player, you're trying everything you can to see if you can be better.
Right.
But, it never got off the practice grade to the golf course. So,
it's interesting. The people that you're talking about, Byron Nelson and Jackie Burke, I was over at Augusta this year, my first time I'd ever go, and I was at the par 3 tournament. The young golfers today, and I think Jordan Spieth really has got it in terms of knowing what the tradition and the history of golf is. But the biggest crowd at the par 3 tournament, it wasn't Spieth and Thomas and Ricky Fowler. No, it was Gary Player, Tom Watson, and Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, yeah.
And these guys, they work the crowd. They shake hands. They're taking the picture. The younger players, too many of them, it's like they've almost made it too business.
Well, that's what's happened to the game. I spoke at River Oaks a couple of weeks ago, and what I talked about was I took 2 of my trophies down there, and I opened up with, y'all wanted me to come in here and tell you what's wrong with the Ryder Cup, and I thought I would bring a couple of props, so I brought these 2 participation trophies, and I took the TPC and the PGA trophy, and I said, I brought these 2 participation trophies, and everybody just cracked up laughing when I said that, and I said, well, what you don't understand, this is called a participation for a lifetime. This is called a commitment to be the best you can be, and that's who gets these trophies right here.
Yeah.
And we've gotten away from that. Our kids, and I said, if we could split the room and put all the 30-year-olds on this side of the room, and if we could put all the 60-year-olds and older over here, the 30-year-old side of the room would have all the answers, full of energy to reinvent the wheel, and highly educated and not listening. And all the 60-year-olds have all the wisdom and all the respect, and they're tired, and they're not saying anything about this over here. And I said, what if we got the 30-year-olds or less to ask questions, and what if we got the 60-plus-year-olds to mentor some of these guys? I said, I wonder what the world would be like in 5 years if we did that.
Yeah.
And I'm a big proponent that the answer to the future is not in the answer, but in the question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Hal, we got to run. They're telling us we're out of time, and I hope we can do this again because we want to get more information about the Big Easy Ranch and your academy over there. And thank you for taking the time to be on the show with us today.
Glad to do it.
Thanks so much, Hal.
There you guys go.
All right.
Hal Sutton, class guy.
Fantastic.
Perfect interview. Great way to end the day.